To continue with this, so after orals and orals get about optionals class map and flat map method. So 59 to 62, that's what we are going to discuss, those 4 slides. Okay, here is the problem requirement. There is a one company is a winner in multi-company contest. The winning company will have one or more employees with the winning ticket. We need to find the primary telephone number of the employees with the biggest winnings. So we have written a method to find that one. This is the imperative style of code. Let me show you from the IDE. You can check it from optionals. Okay. So in your company class, sorry, in your main class, we have a imperative style. Okay, here is your imperative style of coding. If I want to find the company who got the winning ticket with the telephone number. So you have to pass the list of companies. So from that, each company, we have so many companies. So each company has a winning ticket, Boolean true. Then there is so many employees. We have find out which employee has the ticket. So from that particular company, you retrieve all the employees. Again, you are going to loop through this collection and find the winning amount. So that was larger than that amount. We have do the comparison to find the biggest winning amount. And we are going to find the employee who got that winning number. Then after that, a person can have multiple telephone numbers. So we are going to find the biggest winner, get all the telephone numbers. If that telephone number collection is not equal to null or size is greater than 0, we are going to return the default, what is in the 0th position, that number. Otherwise, I have to return no telephone number. Throughout this loop, if I don't find any winning ticket of that particular company, we say no winning company. After that, we do null. So this is the requirement. Do you have any question on the requirement? So if you are writing an imperative style of code, the code looks like this, right? Now, we are going to do it with the optional class, stream library and optional. So here we are applying to find the maximum, right? Maximum logic. So for that, I can call max, right? So when you use max, it will return an optional, right? So how we are going to deal this one? Let's see our imperative style of code. Sorry, declarative style of code. Pass the list of company. Okay. That dot stream. Filter the company has winning ticket. So if we do it parallelly, we can do find any because we have multiple companies, right? So at that time, we can use find any or find first is also fine with this logic. And then each company has multiple employees, right? Did you get the point? We need another for loop, right? A company has another multiple employees. Then if I want to find who is getting maximum, you have to do another streaming. Did you get the point? Each collection need to be streamed. So for that reason, take the company, that company has multiple employees. We did streaming. So we apply flatten all the employees in one list. So for that, we call flat map dot max of. So from this stream, I'm going to call max. So I will get all the list of employees. So from that list, I want to find telephone numbers. So telephone number is another list string collection. A person can have multiple telephone number. So we are going to stream this by calling a flat map stream dot find first. So when I use a flat map, what it will do it is when we use a max, the return type is optional, right? So all this step, if there is nothing find, if it is find, what it will return? Return the employee string, the phone number of the string. Otherwise, it is going to return not found. So now our code becomes simpler. Instead of writing so many lines of code to avoid doing the null check or something. So when you call a max function, which will return a optional value, so I can call or else. If it is there, it will return the employee phone number in that collection, the get 0th number. That's what we put find first. Otherwise, it will return no members found. So this way we can easily convert into your regular style of code to this flat map. Okay. Okay, so we are using streams as well as your flat map with optionals. So that is the solution we provided here. Take the another scenario. We are going to pass a list of person. Okay. The imperative style of code, the requirement is, okay, the requirement is not specified here. Okay. Take a list of person. We need to find a person who lives in the city Fairfield, but there is a possibility if the person may be null, right? And also person address may be null. If I retrieve a city, city may be null. Then we need to check if it is not equal to null, right? So we have to do so many null check when we do a imperative style of code. So now we are going to do this with the optional type. Okay, so you have list of person to deal with this null. As we know that optional will work with the null check. So what we are going to do in this scenario is take a person of input. We are doing the regular loop to avoid this repeated null check. If not equal to null, if address not equal to null, if city is not equal to null. So to avoid this part, we can take a input of one person and make this person as a type of nullable. Do you know that rule, right? If it is a null, definitely throw exception if your object is null. So for that reason, we are converting this person into optional dot of nullable of P, which means P may be null or may not be null. So that null check can deal with your optional class. So every optional class also have map and flat map functionality. So that is the knowledge you're gaining. So now this map not comes from stream. Did you notice? This map is comes from optional type. So you're gaining a new knowledge. Optional type also have map and flat map. Okay. So I can have a map function, get the address. So automatically this map will return optional person, not a regular person type, because your object is a type of optional. Then I'm going to map a get city. So what this map will return is optional city type, then which is a string. Then if there is null, what it will do, I have to compare with the Fairfield city. So if there is no data, what is the use of or else? If the input is there, take that input. Not give your own input. I'm going to compare with empty. If there is a null input, I compare empty with Fairfield. Otherwise, your equals throw null pointer if I compare with null data. So for that reason, if there is a string Fairfield or some other city, it will compare. Otherwise, if it is a null, compare with empty. So you can use optional type with map as well as flat map. Let's see this code in your demo package. So if it is an empty, it will return optional dot empty. Otherwise, it will map to the value what we have. Let's go over here. Let me run this code. Okay, it is populated. So this will return a value of there are two persons with this number has the winning ticket. Okay, so I think I called twice. That's what it printed two times. Maybe one time calling is enough in your main method. So we call both imperative code as well as winner code. So both will give you the same logic of winner phone number. Okay, let's go over here for the employee and person class. Here is your employee class, which has the name salary. Oh, this is not the right code. Okay, I have to open. I have to close this one. Okay, here is your person class. Person has a name and address. Okay, so it may be an optional. We can have, let me open this one. Okay, I opened the wrong code. So let me close this one. Person. Person has a name and address, and getter, get name, set address, and go to your address class, which has street, city, state, and zip, constructor, some getter and sitters. So go to your main class, which is the imperative style of code we done here. Okay, so this is usually do all the null check, and we populated inside the load data method a person with Fairfield city. There are two data items are populated. So that will be passed to this collection. I'm going to call found a person in the Fairfield city by calling this method. passing the collection. So we pass the imperative style of code here. Yes, in your collection, we have one person lives in Fairfield. Let me change this data to Fairfield 1. So now it will give you a false answer. Okay. So we can convert this one into a functional style of code inside main one. Okay. When you look at this main one, what we are doing is take the input of person and convert it into an optional of nullable. Okay, now look at the scenario. When I do the map, what is your return type? Optional address because of optional of. So if you have optional type of data, you can use all or else get, if present, is present, everything. But when you use a stream collection, that will throw null, right? So for that one, the optional may be useful in that kind of scenario. If you want to check if object is null equal null or not, then convert that object into a type of nullable. Then you can do everything. Then I want to map into a city. So what it will return? Optional string. Then or else dot equals of. So or else will return a string, which is an empty string. Then if everything is right, I'm going to return true. Otherwise return false. That's all about this code. So that's it. We are done for this lecture. Any questions so far? Okay. Okay, that's it. If anybody is interested to know optional map and flat map, I'm preparing the manual, but I don't have an implementation code. In my class notes, I refer this part from textbook called Java 8 in Action. So many information I have gathered here, which may be useful in your real-time scenario. So this material, whenever you have a time, you can read it maybe after the completion of course also, or whenever you have a time. But the demo code, I'm still working on it. Just I found this morning, this textbook has detailed information about this. So I put all the text, but I have to make a Java implementation for everything. Then I will upload that code to you. You can later, you can use it. How I can use it in real-time optional map and flat map. Okay. Yeah, that is also here. Okay. That book I don't have. Okay. So, but the material, everything combined in one text file today. I uploaded this PDF file. I hope you got the notification this morning. You can refer all the lecture notes, whatever I refer. Okay. So let me go over your homework part. Yes. Which one? Here. At the end, right? First, I need to check the person address. If person address map, then I need to get a city. The requirement is I want to check whether the person live in the city. So that this is an address object, right? So I need to map it into a city. Then I'm going to check it will return you the city, right? So from that city, I'm going to check if that person, for example, in our scenario, the first person in this collection sit in Fairfield, right? When I call get city, it will return Fairfield. So what it will do? Compare these dot equals Fairfield, yes. The data mapped here is Fairfield, it will return true. So this will check single object. See, we put a for loop outside. I don't get it. Dot equals does not have or else method. This comes from your optional. What is the return type of this one? Optional string. So I'm going to call dot or else it comes from this. Okay. Any other questions here? Okay, let's go your homework. Then we will end up today's session. So as we mentioned, chapter 1 to 8 will be consolidated and give you credits for the homework. Okay. The 9 and 10, you can practice, but I recommend everybody must solve all the problems. Then only you will get a good score in the exams. Okay. But no pressure with the deadlines. Okay. Yes, because it will take a lot of time. So you can practice by your own before the exam. Okay. Not after the exam. Yeah, that's what. 10 problems. You need more deadlines. So you cannot do a lot of reading. Okay. So that's what. 9 and 10. You have assignments. It is uploaded, but practice by your own.
We don't have to submit.
If you want, you can submit. Okay, that's up to you. But we are not going to evaluate it. I will upload the solution by Tuesday evening only, not before that. Then some people will not execute. Work on that. 11, I will post lab and solution all together. You can refer it. But up to 10, you have to execute all the homework problems. Okay, but no stress with deadlines. Okay, lab 9. Still, I'll upload lab 10, lab 11, everything. Okay. 9 and 10, you must practice, but 11, according to your convenience, take a look. Okay, let's go over here. So I explained only 2 problems before. Let's go over the remaining problems. And also for your convenience, I put a notes. Okay, if you look at this notes, when I explain, I put some note here, okay, what you can use it instead of making a note by yourself. I make all your job easy, okay. Otherwise, when I explain, you have to make a note, right? That are also notes given by Renuka, okay. So refer that. I always thinking of your comfortability, okay. Okay, let's go to your problem 1. You have a stream of strings called string stream consisting of values Bill, Thomas, and Mary. Write one line of code necessary to print the stream to the console so that output looks like. So you can declare list of string with all these inputs. Then what is your line of input? That dot stream. After that, I need to collect a result as a single string. So you have to use collector dot joining. The delimiter is comma followed by space. That's it. One line of code, but you should have complete test class. You should run the code and see the output, how it comes. The complete code. Any question on problem 1? Okay. Problem 2, you have a stream of integer called myIntStream. You need to output both the maximum and minimum number. Write a compact code that efficiently accomplishes this. So the better, if I want to find a max, it is a terminal operation, right? You have to do twice finding a max and min. But when I do you remember any other solution for this? Integer summary statistics. Collect a result as summary statistics and you can print get max, get min. But when you print the whole object, it will print max, min, average, count, everything. But I need only min and max. So you can call the getter method. Get max, get min. So the notes will tell you about everything selected. Okay. So collect summarizing as integer. It give all things, but you need to print only min and max by calling get get max and get min. Problem 3, I explained already. Do you need any more explanation? Okay. Problem 4. Done? I explained? Okay. Problem 5. We have to take a stream of integer m comma n. This is a method which return a stream of string. So we already given you the reusability purpose. Whenever you need a stream collection, just simply call next stream. The inputs are there. Then what you need to apply here is inside this method, you can make a use of, if you need a stream, you can call that method. But the requirement is we are passing 3 inputs. So over here, if I need a string, just call next string. And you need to pass 2 arguments, m and n. So m should be less than or equal to 0 and n should be greater than of m. There are some range you need to pass. For example, here is your input collection, which is stored in the position 0, 1, 2, 3 like that, right? Totally in your input collection have 10 elements. Assume, okay? When I call next stream of 0, 3, so according to your method, what it has to return? Stream of string by applying the requirements m to n. Stream, substring. You're returning a substring. So what I need to do it is for this scenario, 0 to 3 means your output should be this 4, 0 to 3. That 3 also enclosed. Sorry, what we can say? Included. Okay, 0 to 3. Then if I call again 2, 5, then 2, 3, 4, and 5 output string. See the output you printed as collect as a list, simple string separated by comma. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, sorry. Then problem 6, you have to apply a reduce operation. Your input has different sets. AB is one set, D is another set, 135 is another set. I want to collect as a one single set, combining everything. You have to apply a reduce method. Okay, think. Everything you need to solve in a functional way. And also try to apply with flat map. That also will work. But the requirement is to use reduce. But another solution, if you're interested, you can try that. So that's what the next problem. Oh, reduce also you can try with flat map. Yes, go ahead.
When I print out, it will go.
The set, you have to return, print a set.
Set, but it's not in order. So I print out 1, 2, 5, and 8.
Only one set. What happened? Somebody on the turn on mic. Okay, go ahead, go ahead.
When I print out the result we 1, 3, 5, ABD is correct or incorrect? It's not in order.
Oh, it won't be order because set is a hash set collection, right? Please don't expect you will print it the same order because it's a hash collection. We don't know which index will take which value. That's not problem. Okay. So you have to combine into a one set, but you won't expect the same result. I'm not sure. Okay, because linked hash map. Okay, so we can print as a hash set. That is the requirement. We don't need to use map collection.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes. Any other questions? Okay. Problem 7 folder. Okay, you have some when you download the compressed file. Okay, let me go over downloads. If you download the compressed file, let's go with problem 7a. There is a package given to you which has employee class, several methods as given to you, and you have a main class. Okay, here is the requirement. Some test data, everything given to you. According to the requirement, you have to solve this problem by writing one stream pipeline code. What is the requirement? Let's go and read the requirement. Okay. In your main method, this is your main method, right? So inside this main method, you need to write the solution. What the requirement here is, using filters, map, everything. You have to print the names in a sorted order, comma separated in a single line. Okay. So that single line need to print a full names, which is the first name plus last name. But if you want, you can provide a getter method, get full name inside the employee class, or you can accommodate that solution inside your problem. Let me take a look at your employee class. Does it have any get full name method? Get first name and get last name. But if you want, you can provide a get full name, which combine first name space followed by last name, or you can do as a string joining. If you want, you can join everything, whatever you want, that requirement, how it works. Okay, go to your requirement. So which salary is greater than the requirement is you have a list of employees, the filter, the employee who is getting more than this salary. And the next requirement is his last name begin with any of the letters greater than M. And filter the last name which after M, and filter the name should be in the range of N to J, which means after M means the first character of the last name should be start with this or in this range greater than of the value. So which means you can find the index value of that value and compare greater than. And this is your output format. First name space followed by last name if you meet that criteria. Let's see the notes. Okay. You can provide a get full name which returns a first name and last name. Okay, that is your problem A. Okay. The problem B is, so that's what we discussed today, Lambda library. Okay. So you can put my note here. convert into a suitable functional interface, create a Lambda implementation as a functional interface, declare as public static final as a Lambda library. So what are the inputs here? Did you notice here, according to this problem requirement 1, what are the suitable functional interface? You need a list, right? Then also you need a salary range. And also you need a name starts with, begin with this letter greater than this one, right? So greater than M. So 3 inputs and return a result. One function. That's what I mentioned. Suitable interface. If you want, you can go with try function. Okay. Converted into a Lambda library. So whatever you want, you can go with that. Any questions here? Convert the pipeline. Okay. Once you converted into a Lambda, that into a suitable interface. That's it. Any other questions here? Sorry, I forget to put on silent mode. Okay. Problem 9. Okay. Problem 9. You have one class called this has given to you. Okay, you have this class as given to you with the name, some of the inputs, constructor, some getter and setters, which has given with the inputs. So you have to perform some queries. So let me show you the queries here in the problem itself. Okay. Okay. So you want to find is any vegetarian meal available with this data. Okay. Filtering. Okay. The inputs. The type is equal to yes, vegetarian meal. So in this requirement, you have a Boolean type, right? Type Boolean, veg or non-vegetarian. Okay. So do you have type class as given to you? Did I miss the type class? There will be no type class, right?
Inside the
Okay, over here. Yes. Meat, fish, and other. Okay. So vegetarian meal. You have to think about how can I find out the vegetarian meal. Okay. Then what is will be your next query? And is any healthy meal have the calories less than 1,000? Okay. So you need to use so many stream times, right? Better you can write a method to get a stream always. Is there any unhealthy meal have the calories greater than 1,000? Okay. Then find and return the first item of type meat, which return an optional find first. You have to apply find first and calculate the total calories using reduce. In your collection, you have all the calories. You have to sum off all the calories. Okay. And try to convert that into a method reference and write a main method to test everything. Okay. So how to work with the optional type. That's what this exercise. Okay. Problem 10, the constructor reference with class name colon new. For that practice, this exercise has given to you. Problem 10, constructor reference. If you look at this code, there is a human class with the different constructors, 1 argument, 2 argument, and 3 argument. Okay. Okay, now the requirement here is the human array is populated. Okay, then you so far you work with the list collection, right? Now this is an array also have stream. I hope list.stream will work. Otherwise, put it into your stream collection. Okay, then print only the female candidate's name and create an object by choosing a suitable functional interface, which I want to create an object for all 3 types of constructors. Okay, then for example, first one you can take function interface. This one by function. For this one, create your own functional interface, try function. Okay. The next requirement, query 3 is count the male candidates whose age is greater than 30. Okay. So in your exam, this is what you're going to do it. I'll give you everything, test code with all the collection. You may work, execute these 3 queries. Okay. So that's what in my note file I mentioned. I will do the review. I'll show you at the time. Okay. So in your exam, you will expect the problems like 7, 8, 9, and 10 to solve the queries. Okay. Just apply filter, map, optional, everything. So better try to write 1 or 2 queries in your paper. Then try it in ID. Then you realize what kind of mistake you are doing. Not everything, at least few. Okay, write it in paper. Then try it on ID. Okay. Huh?
The examination. So on the examination.
I'll do the review. Okay. Monday. Please be patient. I'll do it on Monday, the review. Meanwhile, read my review file.